Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to discuss about how to access the internet using Palo-alto firewall with the ISP. Meanwhile, in this is our topology. We have one Palo-alto firewall, and another one is customer edge router, and other is ISP router, and then it is going to connect to internet. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So here I have a connectivity for the management. It is 10.0.0.222 and 10.0.121.11 and 1.2. That is the trusted, and Ethernet 1/0. This is untrusted zone. And then this is our customer edge router, and this is our ISP. Then it is connecting to internet. So this is our topology. So let me assign the IP management IP configuration in Palo-alto firewall. So my PAN OS, it's loading now. Yeah, my PAN, it is loading. So I'm going to assign the IP address from my management PC. So this is my management PC, that is 10.0.2.2. that is my management PC. I'm going to assign the IP address. Sorry, it is ncpa.cpa. So this is my IP. I have already assigned that. So for the time being purpose, because my PAN, it is loading still, so I'm going to ping that. So it won't ping because still we are not have a connectivity. So let me check my PAN, it is ready or not. Still loading. Yeah, my PAN is ready now. I'm going to change the password. So then I'm going to assign the management IP address for that. Because then only we can able to communicate the GUI via management system. Let me do that. IP is 10.0.2.1 in net mask. Commit. So commit force is asking. It is committing. Meanwhile, we have to check that management interface details, like whether we can able to accessing or not. See, this is our Palo-alto, because it is committing 55%. Now it is destination host unreachable, because this 2.2 it is assigning 2.1 IPs are assigning in firewall, So 98 percentage has been completed. So let me wait for some time. See, once it is completed 98, so it started pinging for my 10.0.2.1, that is management IP. So let me connect via GUI using my management IP. So here I'm going to open the Google Chrome browser. Then I'm going to connect via browser. .1, that's my IP. I'm going to connect now. Yeah, it came. So now I'm going to proceed this. So now I can able to log in this firewall. It's opening. I have 16 GB capacity RAM only. It will take some time. So it's opening. So now I can able to log in the firewall. So going to assign the zones and remaining thing like zone and IP address, untrusted, trusted IP address, all those things I'm going to assign now. My dashboard came now, so it's still loading. Yes, my dashboard came. So here I'm going to configure the interface IP address for the trusted and untrusted zones. I'm going to assign the IP address, because as per the diagram we have the IP addresses, right? So that IP address I'm going to assign. I will show you again the topology and all. So virtual router, that is default, I'm going to select, and then zone, it is not there, I'm going to create a zone because this 1/1 I'm going to give the untrusted zone or like outside traffic, all those things we can mention here. So creating the zone, and then I'm going to assign the IP address. So my IP is 2.1/24, that is the IP which one we have. And meanwhile I'm going to configure some management profile over here. So need to configure the management profile. I'm going to give the name test. So this many services I won't allow. Based on your requirement you can also do the same thing in your environment. I did. Advanced tab. The same thing I need to configure here. That is the IP I'm going to configure. This is also a L3 interface. Because this is a trusted interface which I'm going to configure this. This is a zone, which one we have, that is a trusted, that means our office setup, office interface, office connection, office devices connecting interfaces. So meanwhile I'm going to assign the IP address here. That IP address is 10.0.1.1/24. that is a range which one I am going to give. Meanwhile management profile already be created, that is name is test. I'm going to add, I'm going to comment this. So meanwhile while I'm going to access this, so I'm going going to open our another one interface IP, that means trusted interfaces IP, that we can able to see whether it is accessing or not. Here it is committing. Let's wait for some time. So the commit, it has been completed. So this is our management interface. Meanwhile, already we gave the access, like all the protocols, HTTP, HTTPS, even ping also I gave the access here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open with this systems and going to check this. Let me check whether I can able to access in the 0.1.1 IP. Yeah, I can able to access. So same thing I'm going to configure here. Same thing I'm going to configure here also. This is my IPs, and this is my PC, which one it is connected, the trusted zone. Now I'm going to configure the access for the internet. So I can able to access this PAN firewall now. So what I'm going to do now, so from the PAN to internet I need access. So first of all, I'm going to work with this ISP router, whether I can able to access it or not. This is the first parameter I'm going to check that. So here we have, this is our setup. So here this is a 3.1. sorry, I mentioned the IP wrongly. That is 1.1 I mentioned in my PC. So let me change that IP also. Instead of 3.1 I mentioned 2.1. So I'm going to change the IP here, deleted, and add the IP 192.168.3.1/24. This is my IP. I added this, then commit, save. I'm going to select the commit option. So meanwhile IP also changed from the firewall interface IP, that is it is committing. Okay. So meanwhile we have to configure the router also. We have ISP's routers. In the ISP router we have, that is the connected with the internet over here, that is connected with the internet. So I'm going to configure here also. So I'm going to give a name as ISP, then so ISP is also added. Then I'm going to access this OT. So here I have a two interface. One, it is connected to 100.1.2. that other one is directly connected with the internet. For this lab perspective, I did this like this. Interface first Ethernet 0/0. So my IP is 100.0.1.2. This is my subnet range. Not sure I'm going to do that. Okay, now so here ethernet 0/1. Yes, it's also done. See, my IP address is automatically assigned. Let me ping the internet. Ping data. So I can able to access the internet without any other delay now. So let me save the configuration from the ISP. So meanwhile, next I'm going to configure this router, that is my C router. Here also I need to configure the IP address, because we have a 2N, one net is connected to the ISPN and another one is connected to firewall end. So in the ISPN, here I have IP 100.0.1.1, that is my IP. It is configured as a fast ethernet 0/1. 0/1. So I gave the IP address also the same. Then the fast ethernet 0/0, I'm going to give the IP address 192, because other end we have 3.1. So here I'm going to communicate with 3.2 with the 0, no shutdown, exit all, exit. So here we have a direct connect with the ISP router. I can able to ping 8.8.8.8. So see here, it should ping. Okay, so we are not have a default route, it won't ping. So I'm going to add the default route here. 0.0 and 0.0.0.0. So my next hop is 1.2, that is my next hop. I added one static route, then I can able to ping the internet. Let me verify. See, yeah, I can able to access the internet without any other delay. So now the next question is, I need to check whether I can able to accessing the internet from my firewall. So I'm going to check that. Ping source. My source IP is 192.168.3.1, that is my source IP, and then host IP is 8.8.8, because that is my destination IP. It's not pinging because this 3.1 3 dot network don't know about where it is. So we don't know where is the 3.0. So we need to add one more static route from the ISPs to the firewall. So let me check with this ISP router, IP route. See here, I don't know where is the 3.0. So I'm going to add one more static route here. So the network destination network is 3.0 and my next hop has 100.0.1.1. This is my next hop IP. So now I need to check whether I can able to accessing or not. See here, meanwhile I check, but it is not working. Why in the sense? So I need to allow the policies from the firewall itself. So let me allow the policies. So here is my management, and then I'm going to configure the policies here. This is my policy tab. Open the policy tab, and then add one new policies connecting to internet. So I'm going to give a name as internet, and then it is coming from trust to untrust zone. So I'm going to give this trust, that is my source, and destination is untrust, and then application is any, and the services is any, action is allow. Then I'm going to allow this, and meanwhile I need to configure the out to in. So my source is the untrust, and the destination is trust, and application any, and this is also any, everything it is any. So finally I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to give commit button. So finally I'm going to click commit. It will let it be. So I have a policy, but I'm not having any other routing in my default routing in my firewall routing table. So what I need to do, that is mandatory to add the routing here. So I'm going to add the routing from my firewall to the internet default route. It should be mandatory. So let me add one static route here from the firewall to ISP. So I'm going to add one more static route here. So this is my the static routing option in Palo-alto firewall internet, and then my destination is 0.0.0.0/0, and then the interface is Ethernet 1/1. That is my outside interface. Then that is an IP address. So outside interface IP is 3.0. Save this. So I'm going to save this configuration. Okay, then commit. So here earlier I'm not able to access, let it be. Let's commit is ongoing now. Static route is adding. Yes, commit also completed. Here in the static route, next hop should be 3.2. that is our next hop IP. Okay, and then changes happen, so I'm going to give a commit button again. So this is the one. Yep, now it's picking. See, earlier once static routes, it is in Palo-alto routing table to via ISP, then the traffic gets picked, and then internet also I can able to access. See my ping response from the internet. See this. So now everything it is fine. Till firewall I can able to access the internet, but this person, he is not able to access the internet. That means 10.1.1 10.1.2, this trusted interface, he is not able to access the interface internet. Sorry, this person not able to access the internet. So what I need to do, I need to access the internet from the 10.0.1.2 PC. So here I'm in the 10.0.1.2 PC. See here, I can able to access the 1.1, that means my firewall, without any other delay. But I'm not able to access the internet. See here, thing 8.8.8.8, I'm not able to accessing it because we are not have any other NAT policy to connect outside from trusted zone to untrusted zone. We have a policy and everything, it is in place, but we are not have any other NATing policy. So I'm going to add the NATing policy in Palo-alto firewall, then we can check whether it is working or not. So in this policy tab we have a NAT policy option also there. I'm going to add the NAT policy. So this is my internet. I'm going to mention this internet NAT policy. And my origin, it is from trust, and destination zone should be non-trust. So translated address and interface address I'm going to give. My interface, outside interface is Ethernet 1/1. Going to give this IP 3.1, that is my outside interface IP. So once I'm going to commit this, see the changes. See, meanwhile I can able to access the internet also. So commit, it is going on, it's committing. So it has been completed 55%. See, 98, it has been completed. See now, see my response, it is coming from internet. Meanwhile I can able to access the internet whatever I want via browser. So let me check whether I can able, because I can able to access the internet, but some HTTPS traffic also it's allowed, because in the policy itself we gave the full application access, but normally you don't do that. For the lab purpose I'm doing. So I can able to access the YouTube and everything from my trusted PC. So yes, hope you understand the NAT concept. Thank you all. Please subscribe my channel and have a great day.